CYCC Technical Analysis Report. Overview and Trend. The CYCC stock has exhibited extreme volatility over the past 3 months, starting at $50.59 on April 17, 2025. The stock surged to a peak of $100.75 on April 28, before entering a steep downtrend, dropping to a low of $3.27 by July 14. A significant spike occurred on July 15, with the stock closing at $12.33, accompanied by an extraordinary volume surge to 63.79 million. The overall trend remains bearish in the long term, with short-term volatility and a recent sharp recovery attempt suggesting a potential shift in momentum. Price-volume relationship. The price-volume dynamics reveal critical insights. During the April rally from $50.59 to $100.75, volume spiked significantly, reaching 45.67 million on April 29, indicating strong buying interest. The subsequent decline from $100.75 to $3.27 saw elevated volumes, particularly on June 5, 376.02 million, and June 6, 511.38 million, reflecting intense selling pressure. The consolidation period in June and early July, around $3.27 to $5.48, saw volume stabilizing between 20,000 and 600,000. The July 15th spike to $12.33 with 63.79 million in volume suggests a potential capitulation or speculative buying frenzy, indicating heightened market interest but not yet confirming a sustained trend reversal. Moving averages, EMA and SMA. The moving averages provide context for the stock's position. The 5-day SMA is $5.46 and the EMA is $6.56, with a current price of $12.33 significantly above these, signaling a short-term bullish momentum. The 10-day SMA, $4.65, and EMA, $5.56, are also below the current price, reinforcing short-term strength. However, longer-term averages tell a bearish story. The 20-day SMA, $4.89, and EMA, $7.04, 50-day SMA, $8.99, and EMA, $6.98, and 200-day SMA, $21.02, and EMA, $23.07, are all well above the recent lows, confirming the long-term downtrend. Other moving averages, such as Weighted Moving Average 10, $4.34, Gamma 10, $4.17, TIMA 10, $1.17, and TRIMA 10, $8.46, suggest the stock is attempting to stabilize but remains under pressure relative to longer-term trends. Technical indicators. Grouping the indicators for clarity. Momentum indicators, RSI 14, 57.92, is in the neutral zone, leaning toward overbought, suggesting caution for further upside. Williams R 14 is minus 42.80, indicates the stock is neither overbought nor oversold. Momentum 10, 7.38, and ROC 14, 134.86 reflect the recent sharp price increase. Stock RSI K5, 100.00, and D5, 69.83, confirm short-term overbought conditions. Stochastic indicators. Stock K15, 28.75, and D15, 19.55, are low, indicating potential for further upside before overbought levels. Stock K15, 39.57, and D5, 51.05, suggest short-term bullish momentum. Volatility indicators. ATR 14, 3.00, indicates significant daily price swings. Bollinger Bands show an upper band at $11.43, middle at $5.25, and lower at negative 94 cents. Effectively floored at zero, with the current price breaking above the upper band, signaling extreme volatility. PASR at $7.81 is below the current price, supporting a short-term bullish bias. Trend indicators. ADX 14 at 22.58 indicates a weak trend despite the recent price spike. MACD minus 3.89, MACD signal minus 5.85, and MACD HIST 1.96 show a bullish crossover, suggesting potential continuation of upward momentum. ARN down 70.60 and ARN up 100.00 yield an ARN OSC 14 of 42.86, indicating a shift toward bullish sentiment. Volume-based indicators. OBV 69.73 million reflects strong buying on July 15th, reversing prior negative trends. Chaikin Oscillator 1.33 million supports accumulation. MFI 1499.51 is extremely high, suggesting potential overbought conditions or strong money flow into the stock. Linear regression. The 14-day TSF time series forecast is $5.51, significantly below the current price of $12.33, indicating the recent spike deviates from the short-term linear trend. Core HRRL 20 suggests perfect alignment with the recent price trajectory, but the sharp deviation from TSF highlights the unsustainable nature of the July 15th move, absent further catalysts. Next trading day opening estimate. Given the closing price of $12.33, the 5-day EMA at $6.56, and the extreme volume on July 15th, the next trading day's opening is estimated to be between $10.50 and $12. The MACD, bullish crossover, and high stock RSI suggest short-term strength, but the overbought MFI and ATR-based volatility indicate a potential pullback. An opening around $12.15 is a reasonable estimate, balancing momentum and mean return tendencies. Support and resistance levels. The current price of $12.33 is above key short-term levels. Support levels are identified at $3.27, July 14th low, and $4.89, 20-day SMA. Resistance levels include $13.91, based on recent highs adjusted for ATR, and $21.02, 200-day SMA. The price is 9.06 units above the nearest ascending support and 8.69 units below the first resistance, suggesting room for volatility-driven moves. A break above $13.91 could target $21.02, while a drop below $12.33 may test $4.89 or $3.27. Possible high and low values based on ATR 14. With an ATR 14 of 3.00 and a closing price of $12.33, the expected daily range is $9.33 low to $15.33 high. Given the recent volatility spike, the upper end is more likely, though overbought signals suggest a potential retreat toward $9.33 if selling pressure resumes. Possible scenarios. Bullish continuation. The MACD crossover, high MFI, and volume surge could drive the price toward $21.02, 200-day SMA, if buying momentum persists, particularly with a catalyst like positive news. Mean reversion. Overbought signals, stock RSI, MFI, and deviation from TSF suggests a pullback to $4.89 or $3.27, especially if volume subsides. Consolidation. The stock may trade sideways within the $9.33 to $15.33 ATR range, supported by stable volume and lack of new catalysts. Volatility spike. Unexpected news or speculative trading could push the price beyond the ATR range, potentially testing $21.02 or falling below $3.27. Additional consideration: volatility trends. The ATR 14 of 3.00 and Beta 14 of 0.10 indicate high stock-specific volatility but low correlation with the broader market. The April surge and subsequent crash highlight sensitivity to news or speculative trading. The July 15th volume spike of 63.79 million suggests a potential turning point, but the weak ADX indicates no strong trend yet. Investors should monitor volume and news closely for signs of sustained momentum. Conclusion: CYCC has experienced extreme volatility with a sharp decline from $100.75 to $3.27, followed by a dramatic rebound to $12.33 on July 15th. Short-term indicators, MACD crossover, high stock RSI, and MFI suggest bullish momentum, but overbought conditions and deviation from TSF warn of a potential pullback. The long-term trend remains bearish, with the price well below the 200-day SMA, $21.02. Volume analysis indicates renewed interest, but sustainability depends on consistent buying pressure. The next trading day's opening is estimated at $11.50, with an ATR-based range of $9.33 to $15.33. Key support levels are $3.27 and $4.89, with resistance at $13.91